So we're gonna start standing up at the center of your mat. We're just gonna take a moment to separate the legs. And let's just take a second to kind of arrive onto the mats. Normally we do it seated, but with the legs wider, you feel a little kind of wider stance. So press the soles of the feet into the floor, and let's inhale, draw the arms up, gazing up, palms come together. Exhale, slowly hands to heart. And then slowly bend through the knees, just a little bit of a squat, not too much. You can kind of release, hands to the floor, and then roll yourself up back to standing. Inhale, let's repeat that again. Arms up, extend. Exhale, slowly into a little bit of a squat, kind of rounding your spine. Release, hands to the floor, hips up, and slowly roll yourself back to standing. One more. Inhale, extend. Exhale, slowly soften through the knees. Come all the way down. Hands to the floor, hips up. And exhaling all the way back up to standing. Good. From this one, go ahead and walk to the top of the mat. We're going to start with some easy Surya Namaskar. Arms down by your side, shoulders back, gaze forward. Take a few breaths here. Surrender to your feet. Notice the little muscles in your toes and ankles, moving and wiggling, keeping you balanced. Inhaling, arms coming up, looking up. Draw belly in, tilt tailbone under, reach. Exhale, slowly forward fold, hinging from the hips, coming down. Hands to the floor on either sides of your feet, and then head relaxes. You can bend your knees a little bit here, just as you settle into your forward fold. Roll the weight forward slightly to the toes. Inhale, lengthen spine, creating space. Keep rolling weight forward, pull belly in. Exhale, release, bend your knees, plant your hands, and then step, walk, or if you like, you can jump your feet back to your high plank. From here, you can chaturanga or knees down, chest down, your choice. Inhale, upward facing or cobra, gazing forward or looking up. Exhale, downward facing. Let's hold this downward facing here about 4 breaths. Drawing in through navel, lengthening through the whole spine. So fingertips to tailbone, tailbone to heels. Let's do 2 more deep breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Again, inhale. And with the next exhale, looking forward between hands, walk, step, or jump your feet to the top of your mat. Lengthening spine, exhale, surrender. Inhaling, arms coming up, extending all the way to sky, palms touch, tailbone tucks under, reach through fingertips, draw the elbows towards each other. Exhale, hands to heart. Good. Let's do 2 more just like that. Inhale, extend, exhaling, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, step, walk, or jump back, Chaturanga. Dandasana, lower down. Inhaling, upward facing, looking up, or you can go into your cobra. Exhaling, downward facing. 4 breaths. Starting to warm up the body. Let the breath deepen. You can practice your Ujjayi breath here if you wish. Make sure that you're extending your tailbone back and away. 1 more deep inhale. And exhale, looking forward. Step, walk, or jump your feet. Top of your mat, lengthen spine. Exhale, Uttanasana, release. Inhale, extend all the way up. Root your feet. Ground yourself as you extend, lengthening. Tailbone tucks under. Exhale, hands to heart. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Hold here 4 breaths. Keep drawing in through navel, strong fingers, reaching tailbone up and back, letting the head totally relax, no tension in neck. And next in exhale breath, looking forward, step, walk, or jump your feet. Lengthening spine, exhale. exhale, release. Inhaling, arms coming up, extending all the way to sky, palms draw together, tailbone tucks under, reach through, up fingertips, and exhale, hands to heart. Moving into Surya Namaskar B. Inhale, sit down, arms come up, Utkatasana, chair pose. Shoulders roll back, fingers reach, draw in through navel and keep pressing down through heels as you extend through the arms. If this bothers your shoulders, you can move the arms forward, or you can even bring your hands to heart. Hold here, one more breath, inhale. And exhale, forward fold, hinging from hips, head relaxes, no tension. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, step, walk, or jump, chaturanga. Or remember, you can always do knees down, chest down. Inhale, upward facing, looking up, or cobra, open heart. Exhale, downward facing. Right away, take your right leg up towards the sky for three-legged dog, and then take it all the way forward, planted between your hands. Once your foot is down, left heel comes into the mat. Inhale, windmill the arms up, and come into warrior one. Rotating left hip forward, left shoulder forward, reaching through fingertips. Sit down strong into that right knee. Keep extending up through arms. Exhale, hands to the floor. You can take right leg back for a challenge. Keep it lifted as you lower down. Inhale, upward facing or cobra. Exhale, downward facing. Other side, left leg reach. Extend it up. Bend through the knees, so get high. Protract through shoulders. Left foot in between hands, back heel pivots. Inhaling, arms up. Allow your body to lengthen up as you reach down through left knee, sitting strong into that left thigh. Right leg is contracted and strong. Right side of your body pulls forward. Reach up through fingertips. Exhale, hands to the floor. Left foot comes back. For a challenge, again, lifted chaturanga here. Inhale, upward facing or cobra. If you're getting a little tired, exhale, downward facing. Find your breath here. If you find yourself needing a little bit of a break, you can always come into your balasana, your child's pose. Otherwise, see if you can maintain lengthening fingertips to tailbone. Try to press your tailbone back and kind of slightly curved under with the tailbone. So don't arch into your back, but instead tuck under slightly as you press your shoulders and your chest towards your thighs. And in next exhale breath, looking forward, walk, step, or jump your feet, top of your mat, lengthen spine. Exhale, release. Inhaling, sitting down, arms coming up. Again, Utkatasana, chair pose, rolling shoulders back, reaching and gazing forward. Exhale, hands to heart. One more, I'm gonna tie my hair back because it's really getting in my way now. So inhale, Utkatasana, sit down strong. If you want this time, you can go ahead and look up towards your thumbs as you reach your elbows towards each other. You're trying to close the space in between your arms and let your head drop back. Exhale, forward fold. Hinging from the hips, coming down. Inhale, lift halfway, creating space in spine. Exhale, bend knees, plant hands, step, walk, or jump. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Taking right leg up into the air, reaching and extending. Right foot steps through, back heel pivots. Inhale, warrior one. This time we're gonna bring the thumbs together, the palms together, and gaze up towards the thumbs. Shoulder, left shoulder pulls forward, sit down more. Exhale, hands to the floor. Right leg back, lift it for a challenge, come down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Other side, left leg extended, lengthen it all the way up to the sky. Left foot, take it through, plant it, back heel pivots. Inhale, come on. Sit down strong. Palms together, cross your thumbs, look up towards your thumbs. Rotate right shoulder forward. Left knee bends, sit down into that left leg. Reach out of your rib cage. Exhale. Hands to the floor. Left foot back, lift it for a challenge, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing, and exhale down. Breathe it out here. Let's hold this one 5 breaths, pressing the tailbone back and around, lengthening through the legs, heels towards the earth. Strong fingers, pressing firmly into your mat. Couple more breaths here. And inhale, looking forward, step, walk, or jump. Feet between the hands, lengthen spine. Exhale, release. Inhale, sit down, Utkatasana, chair pose, gazing up towards thumbs, drawing those elbows in towards each other, gaze up. And exhale, hands to heart. Take a few breaths, close your eyes. Notice the rhythm and the quality of your breath. Can you make it more stable, more serene? Deepen the inhale. Slow down the exhale. Continuing to work with our yang practice. Inhale, arms up. This time going for a little bit of a back bend. So with the arms elevated, separate your feet about hip width, maybe a little wider than hip width apart. Draw in through navel and then lift up through rib cage. You can keep your arms apart as you press your hips forward, lift your chest, open your heart, look up. So just a little gentle back bend. You don't have to go very far. Just go to where your body allows, comfortably, pressing hips forward, gazing up, shoulders back and down. Reach the fingertips away. Make your arms not visible in the peripheral vision of your eyes. So open your arms back. And then slowly inhale, come back to center. Draw in through navel, hands at prayer. Slowly forward fold. And the feet are a little wider than they were before, so it may be possible for you to go ahead and grab your big toes. Once you have your big toes, lengthen spine, and then exhale, pull yourself in between, finding mosquitoes. I think they like my incense. Finding that space where your spine is long, so avoid rounding here. Soften your knees if you need to. Lengthen through your spine as much as you can. Only when you're ready, begin to straighten your legs. Here we're in an inversion, so we get to kind of become aware of what the world looks like a little bit upside down. You're using your arms, your shoulders, your biceps, triceps, and you're definitely feeling a deep stretch in backs of legs. Inhale, lift halfway. Padahastasana, so padas on the hastas, feet on the hands. Step the left foot on top of the left hand, on the palm. Right foot on top of the right hand. So your toes are all the way up towards your wrists. If this is too much, softening the knees will help you get a little bit more accessible here. Pull the elbows out to the sides and fold again. Once you're ready, you can start to straighten your legs. Only when you feel ready. Don't push past the point of your flexibility. Just go to that nice edge of where it's a little bit too much and it's still accessible, you can still do. Roll the weight forward and you can give your wrist a little massage here by wiggling your toes. Inhale, lift halfway. Release one hand, release the other, lengthen spine. Separate your feet so that your toes are off your mat, heels are on, and sit down for Malasana. Take a moment in your Malasana, make any adjustments necessary to wiggle yourself in. And settle here for a moment. So you want your elbows inside your knees. You're using your arms to separate your legs, opening a little bit through your hips. It's a grounding work. We're going to work a little bit into kind of handstand prep, I call it. So we're going to play around with this a little bit. So exhale, bringing hands to the floor. We're going to lift up through the hips. Keep the heels where they are. Just bring the toes back to parallel. From here, you're going to transfer your weight to your hands and press up through the heels. So your heels are way off the floor. You're trying one day to bring your hips over your shoulders. Draw in through navel, strong hands, look down to your thumbs, and then exhale, release heels down, open the toes, sit back down, Malasana. So our Malasana becomes almost like a resting posture in that drill. So take a few breaths And it's similar, actually, if you look at the setup of it, to our child's pose. If we had our shins on the floor and our arms extended, we'd be kind of in child's pose. So just take a few breaths, and then we'll repeat that drill again. Exhale, hands to the floor, lift the hips up, bring the toes parallel to each other, plant the hands firm into the floor, roll, protract through your shoulders, draw in through navel, high up on your toes, hold, 3, stay high up on your toes, heels off the floor, 2, push the floor away with your arms, keep protracting shoulders, exhale, release, heels down, toes apart, malasana. Rest here for a breath or two. So once you come down to your malasana, you can just release all of it. You can just let it go. Surrender to whatever happened and however well or not well you did. Hands back to the floor, lifting up through the hips, paralleling the feet to each other. This time we're gonna try to elevate one foot up off the floor. So as we come up, pressing into protracting through shoulders. So remember, it's the fanning and widening of the shoulder blades away from each other. Draw in through navel, come up high onto your toes. See if you can take one foot up off the floor and touch your left wrist with it. So left toes, left wrist. 3, stay strong in the shoulders. 2, and 1, release. Take a moment, surrender, and then we'll do the other side. Strong fingers protracting through shoulders, up high on the toes. Take the weight to left foot, right foot comes up, hold it there. Keep the weight balanced equally on both arms. Stay strong in your shoulders, core engaged, and exhale, release. Surrender there. A lot of work for your quads and for that space and right kind of at your hip flexors. It's called the psoas muscle. It's kind of pulling that leg up. And then open the toes, and again, sit down, malasana. Rest here. I'm gonna take a sip of water, just because it's close by. Good work, you guys. Okay. So, now we're gonna jump it back. So, hands to the floor, lengthen the hips, parallel the feet. Inhale, lengthen spine. Exhale, step, walk, or jump. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Draw in through navel, open chest, shoulders roll back, lift through your heart, and exhale, downward facing. Hold here, your downward facing just for a few breaths. Still working on our strength and building the heat, that fire, that sun energy that builds within us. This is the masculine form of our being. This is how we get from point A to point B with a forceful energy. It's the opposite of our sukha, right? It's our stira, our work. Now we take work to the left leg and then right leg extends. Keep the right leg lifted, press through the toe. Inhale, come forward to high plank. We're gonna take that right knee all the way in, round the spine, forehead to knee, squeeze, and extend it back. Good. This time, right knee to right elbow. Keep it lifted. Hold it, 3, 2, and extend it back. Right knee, left elbow, stay strong. Right knee there, 3, 2, and 1. Take it back. Beautiful. Go ahead and take that right foot all the way forward, plant it between hands. Stay on your left toes so your heel does not come down, and then coming up slowly, find your balance. So if you can use your right leg to kind of set yourself up, that's awesome. If you don't need it, maybe bring your hands to your waist and think about lifting up through chest. So we're finding lift here, right knee grounded. Hands can come also into prayer position or reaching up towards the sky, finding your crescent lunge. Left leg strong, sit down firm into right leg. Exhale, hands to the floor, straighten that right leg for a wide pyramid. Draw in through navel, lengthen spine, and then exhale, fold. Maybe walking the hands further past the right toes, letting the spine kind of soften here as you press right hip back, left hip forward, pressing left heel towards mat and keeping both legs straight. Inhale, bend into that right knee, bring the left knee down. Take a moment here to adjust. So maybe walking the right foot forward a little bit. Inhale, coming up, either using your leg like we did before. Hands to your waist as you lift your rib cage. Hands in prayer, or hands up overhead. So you have all kinds of choices here. If you want to go into a little bit of a back bend, start to open your heart, lift your chest, and then just gaze up towards the sky. Again, just like we did in our standing back bend, you want the arms behind the peripheral vision of the eyes. Keep pressing weight forward and down, and then exhale, hands to the floor, straighten right leg, find your kind of half split here, finding length into that right leg. You can flex the foot if you like. I like pointing my toe, so you do as your body allows you to today. And then exhale, fold deep. Reaching fingertips past your toe, finding stretch, right hip back, left hip forward. Breathe easy. Good, one more breath. And then inhale, slowly walk the hands back, lift the chest, roll the weight forward to the right foot, find stretch of the left hip, left hand on the floor, right hand on the knee, rotate. You can release left toes if that's more accessible. Push the right thigh away from your body as you twist through, lowering left hip towards the floor. And then exhale, coming back to center. Both hands on either side of right foot, left toe tucks under, straighten that leg. Right foot steps back. High plank. Before we chaturanga, let's do some side plank. So over to the right. Open up left arm. Gazing up towards left thumb. Find your balance. Find strength in your right shoulder and in your core. And exhale, left hand down. Stay strong in your high plank. Other side. Pivot the feet. Take your time as you come up. You can keep your gaze forward or down. Looking up is a little bit more of a challenge. Stay strong through core. Reach through fingertips. Strong left shoulder. Exhale, right hand down. Chaturanga from here. Inhale, upward facing. And exhale, downward facing. Breathe here. If you need a break, you might want to go into your balasana. If you feel good, take a moment and connect with your breath. Eyes are open, gazing towards thighs or towards the direction of your navel. Pushing the floor away. Good. Continue to breathe easy here. We're gonna now take it to the left side. So left leg up towards the sky. Reach, lengthen, stretch, and exhale. Bring it into the nose, round the spine, and slowly press it back. Long extension. This time left elbow. Touch, hold, 3, 2, and 1. Press it back, extend. Left knee now crosses the body to right elbow, hold. 3, 2, and 1. Extend it back all the way as far as you can. And then go ahead, take it forward, plant it down between the hands. Keep the right toes on the floor, right heel lifted. Use your core strength or use your thigh to come up, find your lift. Going into our crescent lunge. Hands can be at the waist. Keeping right leg strong, finding balance. You can bring hands to heart, or you can open up, lengthening up through the fingertips. I like to keep the gaze forward, but if you want to back bend, be my guest to take a back bend here. Reach up, extend. Good. One more breath, inhale. And exhale, hands come down. Straighten that left leg for our wide pyramid. Lengthen through spine, and as you're ready, fold, reaching chin to shin. Maybe walking the fingertips a little further away from your toes. Breathe here. Allow the right hip to pull forward and down as the left hip moves back and away. And then slowly coming forward, or weight onto that left leg. Bringing right knee down to the floor. Keep the right toe tucked under. Make sure you adjust. So I always kind of have to take a little bit of a scoot forward or a scoot back with the right knee. Your choice there. And then come up, take your time. Hands to the waist. When you bring your hands to your waist, allow your weight to come forward. So if your weight is back over your back knee, putting a lot of undue pressure there. Keeping your right toe tucked under will help you balance some of that weight. Hands into prayer position. Or again, arms up towards sky. Here's a good time for a back bend. So hips moving forward, opening the heart, lifting chest, shoulders rolling back and then looking up. Keep drawing your arms behind you, opening through the front body. Deep stretch there on the right side. And exhale, hands to the floor. Take a moment. We're gonna keep the right hand down on the mat, left hand onto the thigh, roll onto the pinky toe side of the left foot. And rotate your torso, gazing up towards sky. If it helps, you might want to release your right toes in order to go a little deeper. Feel the rotation in torso, and then use your left arm to really push that left thigh away. Right hip moves down towards the earth. And then exhale, slowly coming back through to center, straightening into that left leg. Find your half split, walking your fingertips forward, or if you want to use your blocks, you're welcome to use your blocks at any time here as well, reaching chin to shin. Anytime you can't quite find the floor with your hands, the blocks make a big difference. It elevates the floor towards you. So you're welcome to use those. Breathe here. Left hip back, right hip forward. And then slowly, gently coming back through the center, tucking the right toe under, straightening the right leg just for a moment. And then we're gonna step this left foot back, high plank. All right, another side plank series here, bringing weight to the right side, rolling onto the right side foot. Take your time to come up. This time, extend left arm up overhead, reaching, and maybe taking left toes up as well. See if you can elevate through left hips. Hold and breathe. 3, 2, and 1. Slowly release, coming back to center. High plank, protracting shoulders, either side. Pivot onto left side foot. Take a moment. Instead of arm up, take it over to the side. Gazing forward or down. Right leg lifts. Hold it there. Breathe easy. Reach and extend, hips up. And exhale back. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. And exhale down. Beautiful work, you guys. Still working on our yang practice here. We're gonna do a couple more things before we bring it down to our yin. It's gonna feel so good when we get to, so just honor your body here, see how you feel. We're gonna come all the way down to the floor. So instead of our traditional chaturanga, bringing knees down first, and then slowly lowering chest down, keeping hips lifted. Inhale, push up into cobra, and then exhale, release. Okay, so Dhanurasana is next. We're gonna bend the knees, reach back to grab your ankles or the tops of your feet. If you can't find them, you can use a strap or you can do one leg at a time. Keeping the chin on the floor, you're gonna roll shoulders back and begin to kick your legs up. Once your legs are lifted off the mat, lift your chest. Once your chest is lifted, kick more. So the lift here is driven by your kick. Point your toes and draw your knees in towards each other. Chest is up, chin is up, shoulders rolling back, kick, 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 and slowly release. Take your hands, make a little pillow, turn your head to the side. Rest here for a breath or two. Nice deep inhale, slow, gentle exhale. Second set, same thing. So starting with chin on the floor, arms up, bow your sides, grab your ankles or your toes or your feet. Take a deep breath, slowly exhale, surrender to the shape you're now making. And when you're ready, inhale, begin to kick. Keeping the chin down at first, you'll engage only the lower half of the body. Now, as the kick intensifies, it lifts your chest. It's almost like your bridge being pulled back by your arms. And then as you lift the chest, lift up through toes and continue to work, kicking with your feet and lifting with your heart. Gaze forward, shoulders back, hold 3. Keep kicking, don't stop kicking. 2 and 1, release. Hands back into a pillow, turn your head other direction. Breathe it out here. Notice that your back is lifting and lowering as you breathe easy. Deepen and lengthen your breath. Slowly chin back to center, hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, see if you can press a little bit into your arms just to lift the rib cage off the floor. And exhale, release. Fingertips now a little bit closer to towards your face, the top of your mat. Inhale, lift up. So only using a little bit of fingertip strength. Open the heart, lift chest. Exhale, lower down. Now arms out so that they're off your mat, kind of at the height of your shoulders. Inhale, lift up. Little bit easier here. See if you can straighten through your arms. Open your chest. Feel the deep back bend as the hips press down towards the earth. And exhale, lower down. Good. Tuck hands under, tuck toes under. Press yourself back to Balasana, child's pose. You can do this with your knees together. Resting your forehead to the mat. Arms extending up and away. Your other option is to do this with the knees apart. Drawing in through navel and letting your body come through forehead to the floor. Wherever you are, reconnect here with your breath. Easy movement. Finding stillness can be really tough after all of that work. So take a moment to find your own personal stillness here. Take inventory of the sensations in and around your body. Starting to slow down our practice to move into our yin. We're going to come onto tabletop. And so what we're going to do here is a little bit of a back wave, I guess we should call it. So tucking toes under, press up to downward facing. And then exhale, slowly roll yourself forward like you're going into a plank, but rolling up. And then slowly bring the knees down, lifting up. Exhale, back to where we started, leading with your hips. So we repeat that a few times. You can watch me if you're not sure. We roll high up on the toes, press the chin towards the chest as we roll forward as much as you can go. Once you're there, release the knees to the floor and just roll out your spine, gazing up. Exhale. Lead with your tailbone as you arch up like you're going into cow, making your way back to your downward facing dog. So let's do about 3 more. Heels up, roll it forward, over the shoulders. Inhale, knees down, open the heart, lift chest. Exhale, lead with the tailbone, push it back, downward facing. Good, again, inhale, heels up, rolling that weight forward. Once you're all the way to the front, knees come down, release the chest, and arch up and back. Exhale, tucking toes, leading with hips, downward facing. Let's do 1 more. Heels up, roll it forward. Knees come down, chest releases, inhale up. Exhale, curl it back to downward facing. Beautiful work. Pedal out your legs here, sway one side and the other side of your hips. We're gonna do a twist here. So bring weight to left hand, right hand to left ankle, rotate to the left side body. So the left flat arm is working strong here, pushing that floor away as you find rotation in your torso. Look out from underneath left armpit. Inhale, come back to center, downward facing. Other side, left hand, right ankle. Twist through your body. Look out from underneath right armpit. Keep your hips square. Right arm strong, pushing floor away, twisting. And exhale back to center. Slowly release knees to the floor. Sit back to Balasana. Rest here a breath or two. Nice deep inhale, slow, gentle exhale. We're gonna practice our moving into headstand. And I know I prefer to do this when I'm in person, but I think you guys have been coming enough to yoga that you know where your limits are. So we're gonna build it up nice and slow. So bringing your elbows to the floor. Make sure your elbows are about shoulder width apart. The best way to do that is to measure it with your forearms. Once that's measured, release your hands down so that you're making a tripod with your forearms. Palms are together and your pinkies are kind of hiding inside your hands. So from here, protracting through shoulders is super important. As soon as you sink into your lower back, you've lost this direction of your shoulders and the strength it needs to keep you lifted. So continue to push the floor away with your forearms. This little basket, the back of your head will come to it as the top of your head rests down on the mat. If you sink, remember, protract, engage into shoulders. Tuck toes under, lift through the toes and start to walk the feet in over towards your body. This is our setup for headstand. If it bothers your neck in any way, you come out of it, you readjust, and then you try again. If you want to stay here, you're welcome to stay here in the setup. But if you feel good, start to roll more weight onto the arms so that the feet can start coming up. You can tuck your toes in so that you can find a sense of balance. Staying there feels good, stay there. Otherwise, you can bring your toes back down, walk it back, and come back into your Balasana. So that's always an option for you. We're gonna try to go into the full headstand if it's in your practice. If it's not, keep working on the setup. If the headstand's in your practice, we're gonna hold it for 10 breaths. And this is the last we'll do for our yang practice. So here we go. Elbows measured out. Find your hands in place. Back of the head into that little basket of your hands. Kind of the anatomical part of top of your head on the floor. Protract through shoulders, tuck toes under. Lift the knees. Walk the feet in. Stay in your setup if you're struggling or if you're new to the practice of a headstand. If your Shasana is in your practice, you can start by taking one toe, then the other toe, and then slowly elevating your legs, coming into the lift. Take your time. There's no rush to find it. Draw in through navel, strong shoulders. 10. Wherever you are, keep practicing. 9. Belly's drawn in, legs straight up. 8. 7. 6. Where's your breath? 5. Are you still protracting through shoulders? Strong, pushing the floor away. 3. 2. Almost there. And then with 1, slowly start to bring the knees into the body. Stay strong. Come out the same way you went in. Walk the feet away. Knees come down. Balasana. Rest here and breathe. Let it go. Surrender to the movement of breath. However your headstand went, take pride in the fact that you attempted, you did, you breathed through. You were able to hold the whole 10 seconds. Just enjoy the feeling of release now. And then slowly roll yourself up, coming into a hero's pose. Take your time. Good job. Okay, I'll ask you guys after how you did on headstand. All right, so let's bring the hands to the knees. Draw in through navel, lengthen through rib cage, shoulders back and down. Let's close the eyes for a moment. We'll do a Kapalabhati breath. It's also sometimes called breath of fire. The inhale happens automatic and the exhale is forced. It's a quick breathing pattern. So I'll kind of show a few rounds of it. It looks like this. Notice that you want to try to keep your chest and shoulders pretty still. As the belly opens and closes, the belly will kind of inflate and then pull back, retract as you exhale forcefully. So you want to keep the arms lengthened and long, fingertips down, and then we'll take a deep inhale to begin. Exhale, fully release. Relax the arms down by your sides. Take a moment, lift the chest, shoulders back, look up. And then slowly back to center. Good, we're gonna take the feet off to the side so we can come to a seated position and go ahead and extend the legs forward. We'll start with Paschimottanasana, but we're moving into our yin practice. So if you want, you can either take a block or a block and a blanket, or I like to use my big bolster because it's nice and fat, gives me lots of cushion. So you want to place it so that it's right underneath your rib cage. So bring your hands to your rib cage. Your prop should be right below it. Kind of hug it into your body and then go ahead and fold over. So your rib cage is actually squishing the block or the prop against your thighs. From there, let your hands release. You may be able to find your heels, but more than likely, you just want to rest your arms down on either sides of your legs. And then from here, you can release your chin or your chest down. We're going to hold here for a few breaths. Traditionally in Paschimottanasana, we would be pulling with the arms. In our yin practice, we don't pull, but we surrender. So just let your body go, releasing any tension. Take inventory here of your breath and of the quality of your thoughts. Find silence and stillness within your own body. Few more breaths, really surrendering. It's almost like you're in Shavasana. You really want to let go. Surrender completely. No effort here, no force, no struggle. Notice your breathing. And then inhale, slowly lift the head, lengthen the arms. Find extension a little bit here in your spine. And maybe lift a little bit more, creating a little bit more of a flat back. Keep the feet flexed towards your face. Start to re-engage the thighs if you lost it. And then slowly a little bit more straight. And then coming all the way to seated. You're going to place your bolster to the side. We're going to use it again. But this time we're going to bring our feet into Baddha Konasana. So let the knees fall out to the sides. I'll turn this way, I guess it's better. The knees fall out to the sides. So if you really have nice open hips, your knees might be all the way to the floor. I don't have very open hips, so I just kind of let them go wherever they're gonna go. And you can start by just kind of butterflying your legs a little bit, maybe swinging side to side, letting your butterfly take flight. And then we're gonna take our prop You can use your bolster again. Bolster and a block, bolster and a cushion, bolster and anything, whatever you have, 2, 3 blocks. If you want to stack them up, you're welcome to do that too. So you can always make it, because we're going to be here for a little bit. The other thing is, if your knees are uncomfortable, kind of not having somewhere to rest, you can place blocks on either sides of your legs. So remember, like I said, we're going to be here for a little bit, so you want to be comfortable. If you start to feel uncomfortable, readjust, find something to prop you up with, and then come back down. And I think I'll just kind of do this to kind of elevate myself a little bit more. And then we're going to release, bringing chest or chin down towards your props here. A little bit more lift. And I like to kind of rest my hands on the front of the shins so that the elbows are kind of in forward, and then my feet or my toes are inside my hands, kind of cradling there. But I'm not really using the arms, so you don't want to do that. It's okay to kind of round a little bit through your spine. Don't worry about making it too straight. If you make it too straight, you're going to have to be working the whole time. So right now, it's just about surrender. If you start to feel like your blocks are kind of impeding your flexibility, you can start to slide them out away from your body a little bit, and that will give you a little bit more wiggle room to move down. If you start to notice that as you are holding here, your body has room to go a little deeper, and you no longer need that second prop, you can do that. You can also rest your hands, making a pillow, resting your body forward and down. Relax here and breathe. And I'm going to be here for a little bit of time, so I'm going to get a little bit more comfortable. This is a really good time, again, to come into awareness of the quality of your thoughts and the quality of your sensations, your emotions. See if you can let go of anything that doesn't serve you. We're not trying to force anything in this posture. In our yin practice, it's our feminine practice. It's our kind of our goddess energy that kicks into place here. So in our yin practice of part of our yoga session here, we try to find a complete surrender to whatever is happening around us. And we're in a very kind of strange time right now. There's so much to think about. News is bombarding us left, right, and center. There's a lot of suffering in the world. There's a lot of pain. So as we use our yoga practice physically to create our sense of release in our bodies, we can also use it emotionally to create release in our spirit and in our psyche. So use this time to do just that. And then with the next exhale, we'll slowly lift up gently, bringing hands in front, slowly lengthen spine as you come back to a seated position. Before we come out all together, you can remove some of the props. I got carried away with my props. Bring your hands to the knees, lengthen through the spine, roll shoulders back. Almost feels like you're doing a back bend, but in fact, we're just flattening out the back. And then slowly release. Let's remove your other props out of the way. And then go ahead, bring your knees together slowly as they come forward. Lengthen through the legs and just kind of shake them out a little bit. Using the quads to kind of lengthen through the tops of the legs and bring toes back to stretch through the backs of the legs. Okay, so moving into a couple of back bends. You have a few options here. If you wanted to use your blocks, You can stack one so that it's going to be placed right between your shoulder blades, kind of down onto the floor. And then you can use the other block behind your head so that you're not feeling too much openness in the chest. From here, you can release the arms and release the legs. And this is a really nice kind of supported, gentle heart opener or chest opener. If you feel like you need a little bit more, you can release that block from behind the head and let the head drop back so the back of the head is on the floor. Another option for you, and I'll just kind of walk you through the options, but once you find what feels good, stay there, is you can make your block kind of in that half lift. And then again, whether you use the other block behind the head or you don't, again, you're just trying to find your deepest heart opener that you can hold and maintain. A bolster would also work here. The block is a little bit more feeling, so you're going to feel a little bit more lift and kind of more extension. With the bolster, it'll be a little bit less, but it'll be more comfortable for sure. So with the bolster, it's not quite as open, but it's a lot more comfortable, easier to hold the pose there. So I'll let you decide which one fits for you, and I'll join you in just a moment. And once you've made the commitment to stay, either with the block or the bolster or whatever level it is, make a conscious effort to soften shoulders back in a way. So your arms can be as far away from your body or as close as is comfortable for you. One trick is the further your hands are from your body, the softer your shoulders will feel. If the back of the top of your head does not touch the floor, please use a block because you don't want your head hanging in midair. Place something underneath your head. Your head should be resting somewhere. On the floor, on the block, or on some kind of a cushion or pillow. The hips are down. The breath is steady. Few more breaths, really surrendering. Make your body totally soften. No tension anywhere in your body. Channeling that idea, that thought of Shavasana. Totally relax. With your next exhale, we're going to start to add a little bit of movement to the fingers and toes. Slowly, gently bend your knees, bend your elbows. Take a moment here just to feel a little change. If you're feeling like it's too much intensity, you're welcome to come out earlier. But we're going to just stay for a few moments more. And then exhale, slowly bring the hands behind the head and lift the head using the help of the arms. So you're tucking the chin back towards the chest. Now using core strength, see if you can release the arms forward and slowly curl yourself up, gently, slowly coming to seated. Go ahead and bring your knees into your body. Give yourself a nice rounded hug, forehead to the knees. Press your shoulder blades away. Forehead down, chin tucks in. Move your head around, maybe tuck your chin towards right shoulder, left shoulder, just to make sure your neck is feeling pretty good here. It's a big throat opener, so we're opening our throat chakra big time there. We'll be able to speak our truth clearly and with love and compassion. So let's go ahead and take your block out of the way. We're gonna do a twist now. So I like to use the bolster for this one. So if you have one, use it. But if you don't have a bolster, then you can use the blocks as well. So stack your feet kind of like in a thunderbolt type shape. So your right foot is back and your left foot is on top of your right thigh. Then we're gonna turn towards your prop and then slide your arms down, bringing your rib cage down, arms release, chin towards the bolster. If you have a long one, you might be able to rest your head or turn your head to the side. You can hang out there for a few breaths. If you do turn your head to the side, make sure to turn to the other side as well for a little bit. But I'll cue you when we're about halfway there so you can turn your head. And slowly, if your head is one way, turn it the other way. So if you had your left ear on your bolster, turn your head to your right ear is now on your bolster. And slowly bringing your chin back through the center. Slide your hands down underneath your shoulder blade, your shoulders, and then slowly lifting your body up. Before we do the other side, we're gonna take the right hand extended way past the top of your mat and stretch the left side body. Turning and twisting, and then exhale, slowly bring your left hand to right knee, maybe right hand to ankle or foot. See if you can rotate a little deeper, looking now towards right shoulder. We won't hold this one nearly as long. We're just gonna find rotation in the counter pull. And slowly coming back through the center. So we're gonna switch the feet to the other side and switch your bolster to the right side. Again, your left toe is kind of pointing back and your right foot is on the top of your left thigh. From here, we're gonna rotate the entire body over so that we're aligning our chest with the bolster or with the block or blocks, and then slowly start to lower your rib cage down. Making little adjustments as you go is totally cool. That's how we get comfortable. And once you're down, resting your chin, or if you have a long bolster, you might need to turn your head to rest your side of your face on the bolster. Again, just like we did before, you don't want your head to hang anywhere, so you want to keep your head relaxed. Either chin down or forehead down or side of your head down, whatever feels good. Just let your neck rest and relax, shoulders pulling back and down. Breathe easy. And slowly, if your head is to one side, tilt your head so that your opposite ear is down. Rest here for a few more breaths. Slowly lift the chin, bringing it back through the center. Slide the hands underneath the shoulders and gently press yourself up equal on both sides of your arms, so both arms, and then come to center. So you can just take that left hand down, right arm up and over, finding stretch through right side. And then exhale, rotating right hand onto left knee, left hand onto the ankle, and then rotate your torso around. Looking back over left shoulder. Pulling in through the belly. And then exhale, slowly releasing back to center. Good. Relax all the way back onto your mat. I'll leave my cushion. We won't need any more props here, unless you want them for legs up the wall. Sometimes it's good to have. You can use it if you want. We're not going to do it just yet. First, we're going to lay onto our backs, bring the knees into the chest, and just take a moment to roll the knees around, side to side. Give your lower back a little massage, going in both directions. Making a little smiley face from one side to the other. And then settling into the center, we'll go into our happy baby. So knees wide apart. Use your hands to help to guide the knees down towards the shoulders. So just kind of relax the feet here for a moment. Start here. This is a great place to begin our happy baby. And then from there, if you feel okay, the knees stay. Bring your hands inside your legs. So this is kind of like our malasana we were doing earlier. Grab a hold of the pinky toe sides of your feet, but keep your back and your shoulders flattened onto the mat as you lift your heels and find your happy baby. Happy baby can be perfectly still. I love a still happy baby. It allows us to completely come into sense of awareness of our spine, the points of contact our body's making with the floor. But a happy baby can also move a bit. So if you like, you can roll kind of side to side, keeping that integrity of the legs, equal distance apart. And then finally, if you like, coming back through the center and finding stillness yet again. If you find that your back kind of rounds and presses into the floor, I had somebody tell me the other day that their back was hurting when they did this, it pressed down. I think the way to soften that is to press your tailbone down and away. So it creates a little bit of a lift in the lower back, so then your spine isn't kind of rounding and squishing down onto the floor. So you can try that if you feel that. If your happy baby feels good, then just kind of hang out there. Few more breaths. Keep kind of weighing down the feet with your arms. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Soften through shoulders. Feel the openness in the inner thighs and hips. No forcing, no straining, just being. And slowly exhale. Start to lower the feet down. You can release the feet. Bring the hands on outsides of the knees and slowly guide the knees back through the center. We're going to go ahead into a legs up the wall. So like I said, you can do this just with your tailbone down, legs up, arms down by your sides. If you want to use a prop, you can use a bolster or a block. You would simply need to lift your hips and place or slide the block or bolster in place underneath your sacrum so that you can find an elevated hips. Allows it for it to be more of an inversion benefit with your head below your heart and your hips. Once you find the position that feels right for you, just let your arms down by your sides, palms facing up, kind of like Shavasana, relaxing into the arms and fingers and shoulders. Again, like before I said, you can open your arms a little wider than your body. This will help to soften a little bit more into the shoulders if there's tightness there still. Now with the legs up high, there is a little bit of work or engagement in the lower abdomen, but you shouldn't feel like you're doing a sit-up. You should feel like your belly is soft. If your hamstrings are super tight, softening your knees will help to alleviate that so you're able to stay here without struggle. So always make adjustments for your body. You can close your eyes or you can gently gaze towards your toes or towards the sky. The breath is easy. It continues to be calm and relaxed. Continues to be serene and soft. As you're ready, begin to add a little bit of movement to the feet, the toes, kind of flexing, pointing, maybe circling around the feet. And then do the same thing with your hands and wrists. Make sure you go in both directions. And then slowly bending through your knees. And we're gonna gently lower the feet all the way down to the floor. It's totally normal for the feet to feel a little tingly or cold or warm. As your feet plant down, let them ground first and then inhale, lift the hips. You can remove your prop if you were using one. Coming into bridge pose, wriggle the shoulders under. Stay with your feet parallel to each other. Chin tucks into your chest. Elevate through hips, lift strong. 3, 2, and 1. Slowly release the arms. Roll yourself back down. If there's any posture you'd like to finish with that you feel like your body needs, could be halasana, could be another twist, it could be another happy baby. Whatever posture you feel you need to finish with, please do that now. And when you're done, take your time. There's no rush. You can make your way into your Shavasana. If you're doing any kind of twist, you remember to do one side and then the other so that you're even on both sides. Anything asymmetrical, make sure you do the other side as well. Now that we find ourselves in Shavasana, again taking inventory of our thoughts, our breath, sensations around us, stimuli, the sounds, the smells. From that point, just soften through the rest of your body. Every muscle, every tendon, every ligament, every cell structure in your body, every tissue that makes up an organ or your skin, everything simply relaxes. Slowly we'll begin to bring awareness back into this body. First doing so mentally, the intention, I am back in my body. I am inhaling, I am exhaling. Then the other intention here is to add a little bit of movement to the fingers and the toes, reawakening the body very gently. Keeping your eyes closed, your awareness drawn inward. See if you can let that movement spread to the wrists and the ankles. And then bending your knees, planting your feet on the floor, bending your elbows, bringing your hands to your belly, letting knees fall in towards each other, relaxing through the chest, shoulders, and spine. Before we come out of this posture, let's kind of windshield wipe the legs a little bit. So keep your feet apart and just let the knees fold to the left and then all the way to the right. Just kind of moving a little bit here, folding the knees one way or the other. They don't have to touch the earth. Just kind of reawakening a little bit through the hips. Never wake up the hips too much after Shavasana. And then slowly rolling all the way onto your side. Take your time. Use your bottom arm for a pillow as you lengthen your body. You can keep your top hand on the mat in front of you. Again, keeping your eyes closed, that awareness inward, that feeling, idea, intention of relaxation lingering in all the cells of your body. Press into this top hand, slowly slide yourself up to Sukhasana, your comfortable seated posture. Once you're in Sukhasana, then you can go ahead and release your hands to your knees or to your lap, lengthen spine. We'll bring the palms together at the center of the heart, signifying that union of body, mind, and spirit. Take a few more breaths here, connecting yourself to the breath, connecting yourself to the ground below you, the sky above, and all other sentient life all around you. It is the idea of separation that is the illusion. In fact, we are all interconnected. Our existence, our lives, feeding one from the other. We'll seal our practice today with the sound Om. Exhale the breath away and inhale for Om. May we feel protected and safe. May we feel contented and pleased. May our physical bodies support us with health and with strength. And may our lives unfold smoothly with ease. Namaste.